Welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters, to understand the concept of Ishvara as propounded by Patanjali. What is the concept of God according to Patanjali? He called God as Ishvara. And how does he define Ishvara? Klesha, karma, vipakashayaihi, aparam vrishtaha, purusha visheshaha, Ishvaraha, he said. So, it is the ideal person. It's a role model of a person who has established himself in the Swarupa, in the original state. And according to Patanjali, there is the Purusha and the Prakriti. Purusha is the original state in which there is no avidya and there is no smallness, pettiness, selfishness. There is no raga, dvesha, there is no change. It is a state of infinite pure consciousness which is beyond space, time, causation. And that's our original state. Prakriti, featured by chitta vritti or the chitta, goes on changing and changing and changing and changing. So this is called the Prakriti. In that we have the tamas, rajas and the sattva. And the two things have been mixed up in all of us. And the goal is to separate ourselves from the Purusha, the Prakriti. And this Purusha is called the Ishvara. So, what is the definition he gives? Klesha, karma, vipaka. What is klesha? That which is painful, that which is afflicted, that which is impure, that which is colored is called the klesha. Then what about karma? Actions. And what is vipaka? The fruits of maturing, ripening and aging. That's all the vipaka. And they are all in the form of a storage of big traces, propensities and accumulation. It's ashayaha. So it's an ocean of klesha, karma and the vipaka in all of us. And this is called the avidya, this is called the impurity, this is called the muck. And a person who is purified of all these things, aparam vrishtaha, person who is untouched, a person who is unspeared, a person who is having no avidya at all, he is called the Purusha, he is called the Purusha Vishesha, a pure consciousness, all pervasive pure consciousness, infinite, beyond space, time, causation. And that is called the Ishvara. That's the definition of Ishvara. Ishvara is essentially Purusha. And in another place Patanjali says, when complete chitta vritti nirodha occurs, what happens? Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Then he goes back to his Purusha. Purusha sthiti, Ishvara sthiti. So that's how he defines Ishvara. So Ishvara has infinite power, infinite knowledge, infinite freedom, infinite bliss. And therefore, Ishvara is the supreme. And he is the teacher of all ancient teachers. Whomever you call as a teacher, whether it's the Patanjali, whether it's Krishna or the Rama or Swatma Rama, any teacher you take, he is the teacher of all teachers. Guru Kalena Anavachedat, because he is beyond space and time and causation. Therefore, he is the designator of this Ishvara, and therefore he is the Guru of all Gurus, the highest Guru of the highest. And what is the name? What is the designation of this Ishvara? Called Pranava. Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha, as it said. He is to be called as Om. That's it. So, okay, what do you do using this Om? He says, using that Om, you go on training your mind to tune itself to that Ishvara, to that Om. Japa is the way to resonate. Japa is to shape the mind to this form. So, tad japaha tad artha bhavanam, he says. Take the japa of Om. What is that? Om, 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 doing that Om Japa. And when you do that Om Japa, imagine that vast, infinite, beautiful, blissful, pure consciousness, that is the Ishvara. And this, you go on doing that with the understanding that each Om is that Ishvara. Tad Japaha tad Artha Bhavanam. So when you go on doing it, the mind slowly gets attuned. It gets resonated to that all-pervasive pure consciousness, to that all-pervasive blissful, peaceful state of well-being. And when this happens, then you elevate yourself. This is the process of purification that he gives. What sadhana you have to do to get at that Ishvara level? Patanjala is giving this wonderful technique of Om. So, Japa is the dimension for that. And this Japa with the Artha helps to develop what you call as this surrender. It is the ego that constricts. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Abhiniveshaha, Kleshaha. When he is going to do later, the Klesha, he says, the whole process of the Prakriti is containing, smaller and smaller. And now this has to be taken back. How to do that? You have to expand and expand and expand. So, what is this process of expand? It's called Pranidhana. Surrender to Ishvara. Surrender to Ishvara is a process of expansion. That means our small little individual personality we are going to expand and expand to the level of Ishvara, that all-pervasive, infinite, pure consciousness we are going to expand. So, this process is called the process of surrender. He called it as Ishvara Pranidhana. And therefore, Tajjapaha Tadartha Bhavanam, he says. So, it is one of the dimensions that comes up there. Then, when you start doing, naturally there will be a lot of distractions. And you have to overcome them. So, he enumerates what are all the Chitta Vikshepas that you get. What are the obstacles that you get. They are called the Antarayas. So, he gives the following. So, Vyadhi, Sthana, Samshaya, Pramada, Alasya, Avirati, Bhranti Darshana, Alabdha Bhumikatva, Anavasthitattvani, Chitta Vikshepaha, he said. So, it starts off with the dimensions of the physical level. You have physical disease. You may get some infection, a fever, a vomiting, a diarrhea, various types of vyadis can come. And this is the thing that happens. Once you start doing the practice, you are likely to bring about these changes in the body which may lead to vyadhi. Then it can be sthana, that is the mental languor, lethargy. That means you don't feel like doing anything. And Padma says you do asana, you don't feel like do asana. And you don't want to do any sadhana, no pranayama, no mudra, pandas, kriyas, nothing whatsoever. That's called this sthana. Great laziness, resistance to action. You are about to start asana, but you don't feel like doing. Today I will take leave, goes away. Then samshaya, the third one. It's a doubt. Oh, you have started doing that, whether it will be helpful for me, whether it's going to do good for me, or what if it creates some problem for me? Now I have started getting some little fever, it may aggravate and may get into cancer and may cause all types of things. You may have a lot of suspicion, a lot of doubts about the practice. This is the third obstacle that you encounter. And the fourth one is called the pramada. The pramada is heedlessness or misplaced priorities. Always you think, oh, if I do one day yoga, what is going to happen? Let me spend my time. Particularly people in the business, they say, I don't have time to do the practice. If I had 1 hour, I would have earned under $1,000. Why should I do like this? That is the misplaced priorities. You may have all the wealth of the world, but still it can be suffering and suffering and suffering from various vyadhis, NCDs and dukkha, tensions, stresses, and maybe a heart attack. Therefore, what is important in life we have to recognize. What's your priority in life? Health is a priority. And moving towards and higher realms of consciousness, moving towards perfection should be the aim. That should be the priority. But you lose that priority and you do that. Then comes alasya, that's the physical laziness. Sthana is the mental laziness. In the mind you don't want to think, you want to do it, don't do anything. But alasya is at the physical level. You don't want to move. You just want to sit in place, you don't want to walk and do this. Then the sixth one is avirati. Avirati is attachment to the senses, and as a result of that you get stuck with the senses. You don't have an escape as if. The mind continuously dwells in that state of sense pleasures. I want this thing. Today what is my food? What is my breakfast? What is my lunch? What is my evening tea? And what is evening thing? All the time we are involved in this dimension of the avirati. Mind is involved in that avirati that happens. And that is the power of the senses over the sense organs. And therefore the senses are stuck with their desire to enjoy the objects. And as a result the mind is avirati. So it is enjoying the sense or enjoying the sense objects. Therefore the mind is enjoying that thing that you have. Your nice gulab jamun, nice masala dosa, birthday cake, everything you are enjoying. And therefore the mind is stuck with that santosha because you are remembering. Then is the seventh, that is bhranti darshana. An illusion, a delusion occurs. And various forms of that illusion may come up. And you may completely get lost. Schizophrenia could be one of that. In which you think that you have reached the highest and you are in tune with the God and you know everything in the world and every world is going to go according to you. Bhranti darshana. Then you may have a good experience of a samadhi, but it is not coming back again. Alabdha bhumikatva. You have experienced something good. In our pranayama you are going deeper and deeper, mind goes into silence, you go into samadhi. But samadhi is not getting repeated at all. 10 years over, sir, but still I am not getting that bhumi that I got, that bhumikatva that I had, I am not getting back. Alabdha bhumikatva. And anavasthitatvani. That means you have got a wonderful experience of great bliss, joy and everything you have got, and you have got it repeated also, but it is not getting stabilized. That the non-maintenance of a firm ground is not coming up. The mind is not getting stabilized. It is still chanchala. Comes, sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't come, sometimes it comes. These are the 9 chitta vikshepas Patanjala describes. Therefore, when you do the sadhana, you may get any of these obstacles or more of these obstacles also can come. Then your determination should be so good, your willpower should be so good. That should happen. But along with that, some obstacles also manifest. They are called the sahabhuva. What are they? Dukkha, daurmanasya, angame jayatva, shwasa prachwasa sahabhuvaha. These are the 4 associated obstacles. The first thing is the dukkha. Because of all these things, you are all the time in a phase of misery, in a melancholy state, and you don't enjoy. The whole life has become full of dukkha. That's the first thing that happens. Daurmanasya, despair, the bad state of mind. The mind is no more enjoying. The mind is full of always despair. This not happened, that's not happened, this not there, that's not there, go on, thinking in the wrong direction. Angame jayatva. That the body will start shaking, the hand is shaking, the body is shaking, and you cannot sit in a point, and then stand, you cannot do that, goes on. And the shwasa prachwasa, breathing, haphazard breathing, shallow breathing, and fast breathing, jerky breathing, left nostril more than the right, right more than the left, all types of breathing irregularity. So these are, as Patanjali calls the associates, called the sahabhuvaha. The 9 vikshepas along with these 4 sahabhuvas, they all work in hand and see that it happens. So now what is the solution? When all such obstacles come, what is to be done? One after another, people get different types of obstacles, and what to do about this thing. Because Patanjali not only brings about the obstacles, difficulties, problems and the challenges, but he also gives the solution. That's the dimension. Therefore, these solutions are called the Chitta Prasada. Chitta Prasadana occurs. That the mental well-being takes place. For that, what is to be done? He is going to take up the next sutra. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. In the first chapter, the 33rd sutra, is telling this wonderful behavioral therapy, this wonderful process by which you will be able to transform yourself into a state of mental well-being. Chitta Prasada can come by doing these things. And we will see this in our next talk. Thank you very much.